know who made it. You know who made it. You know who made it.
Bro, I don't even have you on there. What is going on, Gamble Factory family? It's your boy ZROB. Coach T Posey is here. I just do not have his camera pulled in here like a complete noob. It's my first day, guys. Just give me 1 second. Fantastic start. Alright, there we go. We got him on here now. But yeah, what's going on? We got Monday Night Football between the Cowboys and the Chargers. If anybody's been following me for any amount of time, you know we love our Chargers games. Those Chargers game stacks have historically been really good money for us. So I'm pretty pumped. This has been my game I've looked forward to the most this whole week when I was looking at the schedule ahead of time. The game total has went up throughout the week. We're up to 50.5. It opened at 46.5. That's always something really great to see. The spread's only like 1.5, 2 points most places. That's also awesome to see. As you can tell this week, things haven't always went as planned, but I'm super pumped about this game nonetheless. Tyler, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what appears to be a really nice high scoring game, one that features a lot of offense, so we hope, instead of some of these little slugfests like last night when the Bills just get nothing going at all uh, against the fearful Giants, like the big mighties, and score one. Was it one touchdown they had last night?
Yeah, dude, they didn't score
Man,
until the fourth quarter.
yeah, which is absolutely insane. We projected the Giants to do nothing, and they did nothing.
We got that part
Essentially,
right.
didn't score a single touchdown, but the Bills decided they didn't want to do anything either. We still went 3-3 on that slip with just a horrendous game script for the slip that we made. So I think this one will be better. And like you said, that game total going up each and every day is nice to see that 4.5, 5 point swing in
Hmm.
the right direction. So maybe it's time to cook up an offensive slip that actually works for once.
Dude, I agree. I mean, last night was crazy. The Bills were, I think they were like 30 on the books or something crazy like that, and like both teams combined, don't even get what the Bills total was. So I don't think we're gonna get that tonight. I think we're gonna get a good game. Dude, I'm hoping. So I'll go ahead and get us started. I'll just go ahead and go out there. This is probably my favorite prop. I think it's Tyler's too, but I'm stealing it from him. It's Mr. Jake Ferguson. For some reason, he was at 4 receptions and he got bumped back down to 3.5. I don't get that at all. He's on. He's 54% on the optimizer, minus 140 average odds across all the books. definitely solid value. He's second on the team in targets. He has 28 through 5 weeks. The Chargers have shown that they are definitely willing to give it up to tight ends this year. I mean, the Dolphins and Titans are somebody who don't target tight ends a ton. Both had solid usage and solid games. And then Hawkinson in week 3 hit the Chargers for 8 receptions, 78 yards. So, like, I see no reason that Jake Ferguson doesn't take advantage of this matchup and is able to easily get 4 catches. So, and I've been seeing a lot of people saying, like, chalk everything with the Cowboys, anything related to them. Man, you can't, in my opinion, take anything that the Cowboys have done almost with any grain of salt. I mean, every single game they've been involved with has been a blowout. You can't tell if their defense is good because, I mean, the quarterbacks they've played are Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Josh Dobbs, Mac Jones. And then when you see they play an actual really good offense, and Brock Purdy hit them for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I'm getting tired of seeing everybody talking about how good the Cowboys defense is. They haven't played anybody, and the one good team they've played, they got absolutely whipped. And they lost to the Cardinals, so I don't know. I'm not worried about the Cowboys defense at all. I just had to get that out there because I've been seeing it all over, everybody hyping up the Cowboys defense, and I'm tired of it. So.
Yeah, and speaking of overhyped Cowboys defense, give me Justin Herbert over 19.5 fantasy score.
Let's go.
I like Zach said, I don't trust their defense either. Like you go against Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, get beat by Josh Dobbs. Just give me a quarterback who slings it the entire year. Mm-hmm. They're a pass-happy offense. You know, last week they didn't throw it that much against Las Vegas, but he still hits that fantasy score because he scored a couple of touchdowns on the ground.
Yep.
So the versatility that he brings along with his game is nice because he doesn't have to score, doesn't have to throw 300 passing yards and score 4 touchdowns to hit this. He can throw, 275 and get you, 11 points right there. And he throws a couple touchdowns and he's, favored 10.5 on the ground. He just has so many different ways that he can get to his fantasy score. Obviously, the Chargers are going to throw it a lot. He's favored over 36.5 passing attempts. So if you wanted to talk me into that, I could go to that one too. I really do like that one a lot. Somebody said making the same slip that was posted earlier. I don't know what was posted earlier, so
I was talking about my slip because I had these two. But
that's funny, maybe. But that happens with primetime games. You only have one game, so yeah, you're gonna obviously doing some overlap in between the two of us. But yeah, he throws it too much. He's got too much upside. I don't trust the Cowboys defense. I don't think it's all that good. It's not one of the worst defenses. I'm not saying that, but it's just not as elite as people make it out to be. Over 19.5. Move on.
Yep. And speaking of Herbert, he's getting back. I know he lost a weapon in Mike Williams. He didn't have him last week. He still cashed the fantasy score. But he didn't have Austin Ekler last week either. And guess who's back this week? He's been out since week 1. I'm really liking this receiving yard prop with Justin Herbert. It's a good correlation. And he's played, Austin Eckler's had 3 games with Mike Williams out and Keenan Allen also playing. He has 60, 67, and in a game he had only 8 yards. So, I mean, he's went way over this in 2 to 3 games. I'm not sure what happened with that 8-yard game. I didn't go look into it. I don't know if he barely played or what the deal was. Ekler had 5 targets week 1, and running backs for the Chargers I don't think have combined since then for over... Yeah, they have 3, 2, 2. So 7 targets the other 3 running backs have combined. So this is going to be a weapon that Herbert is definitely really glad to get back. I just think it's really good correlation. High-scoring game. A lot of that's going to come from Ekler. I see nothing convincing me otherwise of Ekler being limited right now. He played 51% of snaps week 1. Josh Kelly hasn't looked good at all in his absence. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ekler gets like 65% of the snaps tonight. Even if he just gets 50% of the snaps, he should hit this. But I think we see him closer to like 65 or more. So he'll at the very least be the number 2 target guy behind Keenan Allen for Justin Herbert this year. So give me some Austin Eckler receiving yards. Luke
I'm
said
with
now
that
that
one.
Luke said now that you have a new mic, you need a new chair.
Me?
He said because your chair is squeaking.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
It's
that's
just
funny.
something after another, boys. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's funny. We're gonna get Tyler situated here eventually. They said Austin Eckler fantasy score. I do like that too. Um, it's just I don't know. I'm not trying to get too carried away with the fantasy scores because I think we like some other Chargers weapons as well. Do you like? I mean, 17 fantasy score seems pretty low. Do you like that more than the receiving yards, Tyler?
I I think with what we already have, I don't want to do too much correlations, too many things in terms of correlating the fantasy scores
Mm-hmm.
because it feels like if you take a touchdown away from here, then you take one from there. And I don't want to have to rely on too many touchdowns, even though obviously he can get this without it.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if he gets 17, it's either scoring a touchdown or getting receiving yards.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't think he'll do that on the ground as much tonight, personally. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, and earlier that reception prop wasn't actually on there. It's at 4.5. It's looks like it's favored slightly under, so they think he's probably going to catch 4 catches. 4 catches, 32 yards is something Austin Eckler can easily do. So I think he gets more than 4 catches tonight personally, but so to Eckler for a touchdown, I think that's a good prop as well. Go
All
ahead,
right, I
Tyler.
guess I'll take another Charger. It seems like we've taken quite a few of those today, but I'm going to take another one. I don't think Dallas slows down Herbert a lot, and I think we can go to another one of his pass catchers and Quentin Johnston at 31.5 receiving yards. Last game was his first game getting over 50% of the snaps, getting 3 targets. Wasn't able to connect on, but just one of those for 18 yards. But I do think he'll be continually involved more now with the Mike Williams. But they didn't throw it against the Raiders last week or their last game very much. It was like 20 something times.
Just 24.
So yeah, I knew it was a really low number. I don't think that's the case tonight with Dallas. So I do think that they'll get back to throwing it a little bit more, which I think leads to Quentin Johnston playing closer to 60 to 65% of the snaps, most likely. And especially with Palmer, if his hamstring or groin or whatever it was that he's dealing with is a little bit more serious than they're leading on, he can go even higher than 50 to 60% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a guy that's going on the field, and he's obviously a big play guy. Seems like he just needs a couple of catches to get over this. And with his first game to be technically that main number 3 guy now, and already seeing 3 targets is a step in the right direction. So I'm going to go him at 30 and 31.5.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, Herbert has a 36.5 pass attempts line, so that's 12 more than he had passes last week against the Raiders. So we're gonna see. There's almost definitely gonna see more passing volume this week for the Chargers. So Quentin Johnston should have plenty of opportunity to get like 4 or 5 targets. I think. I'm gonna go to the Cowboys side of the ball. I'm really liking some Dak Prescott. He's got a matchup with one of the worst passing defenses in football. And earlier I took his pass yards. I think he can go fantasy score, though I think that's been bumped up a little bit. It's at 17. I can't remember what it was at. But he's got a 1.5 passing touchdown prop here that I think is really good. It's up to like -1. I think it's -132 on the books now. And the Chargers have, like week 1, they gave up 3 passing touchdowns to Tua. Week 2 is Ryan Tannehill. He only gave up 1, but also Ryan Tannehill isn't going to pass the ball near as much. Then week 3, Kirk Cousins hit him for 3 passing touchdowns. So another guy that can sling the ball around. And then week 4, they had a matchup with Aiden O'Connell, who didn't get any passing touchdowns. He did have a rushing touchdown, though, but you can't really take that into account. I mean, it's Aiden O'Connell versus Dak Prescott. So give me the odds backing the passing touchdown prop. They're projected for 26 points. They're going to have to score. I think it's going to be thanks to Dak. Everybody's hating on Dak right now, rightfully so. He didn't look great against the 49ers. But like the rest of the year, you can't really take that into account. I mean, it's been all blowouts. It's been weird game scripts for the Cowboys. Just don't think we see that. I think we get a competitive game tonight. So I think it's Dak passing touchdowns for me right now. That's kind of my lean. You can also go pass yards, even fantasy score. So do you like passing touchdowns the most, Tyler, or do you
Yeah.
like fantasy or pass yards more maybe?
I kind of have gone back and forth with that one as well, but I played his attempts earlier when it was at 33.5.
Oh,
They've gone that since then, which is good value for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they did that, I went to another site and played his 1.5 passing touchdowns. So I like both. I think he goes over on both.
Yeah, actually, his
so I
passing
just think
touchdown is up to minus 144 across the books too, or minus
Yeah, I
141,
think-
so it's going up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab that value because I do think that probably will be removed at some point if it continues in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
What's about completions? Yeah. So I took Derwin James, or I was about to take Derwin James this morning at 6.5 tackles and assists, which I did like a lot,
Yeah, that would've
but
been a
he
really
got
good one.
bumped. I think, funny enough, he's his favorite to go over that still.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think that Osmeiser has him at like 52% to go over. No, 51% to go over 7. So it's still a good prop. It's just not a great prop.
Yeah. If that 6.5 would have been really good.
Yeah, I was just about to lock it in as my 6 pick tonight, and it got bumped, so I just took another hockey prop. But I don't mind playing it at 7 personally. I think he's still pretty heavily involved, so you can do that. I'm not going to play it for this set, but I do like it a lot. I guess for the last prop, I know it's going to be another Chargers receiver, but this one's paired with CeeDee Lamb as well. So I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb plus Keenan Allen over 156.5 receiving yards combo prop. I think both of these guys are in really good spots tonight. Obviously, the Chargers defense has gotten ate up this year, especially to number 1 receivers. And I don't think that's going to be any different tonight. If you win a game while I watch CeeDee Lamb, then yeah, you're going to think, all right, he's struggling this year. Dude, every single game's been a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been games where he hasn't needed to really do anything, especially do anything special. So he's just kind of been sitting back. I just think it's too good of a spot to ignore. I mean, you look at Justin Jefferson, and no, I'm not comparing the two, but the number 1 receiver for the Vikings, obviously. He goes 7 for 149, a beast. Devontae Adams, he goes for 8 and 75.
Mm-hmm.
Again, then that's with Aiden O'Connell. Like, just number 1 receivers in general have just torched the Chargers.
Tyreek Hill 11 for 215 week 1.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. Even Traylon Burks goes for 76, and DeAndre Hopkins only goes for 40. But it's just somebody always tearing up this Chargers defense, and I don't think that's any different with CeeDee Lamb. And then Keenan Allen is just as consistent as they come. I mean, last week, even with the Chargers only throwing 24 times, he's targeted 5 of those, grabbing 32 yards, and still scores. So Keenan Allen's always going to be involved in this offense. He's at 215, 111, and 76 yards outside of that odd Las Vegas game. So combine both of these guys with the consistency that Allen shows and the big play potential that Lamb can have, especially against this weak defense. I think that prop is a pretty good one, and it's probably a little bit too low.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, it's at 54% on the optimizer too, so it probably definitely should be bumped up a few yards. So I got the props on the screen for you. That's the 6 that we're talking about going right now. We can answer some questions real quick. I'd see Pollard under rush attempts. Tyler and I were talking about that right before stream. We both like it. I think it's kind of good correlation taking under rush attempts with some of these like Dallas pass catchers. I think it's even favored on the under. The only issue is like if you look at running backs against the Chargers, I mean they've kind of did them dirty so far. Like Josh Jacobs last week, 17 carries, only 58 yards, but still 17 carries. Alexander Madison, 20 carries for 93. Derrick Henry, 25 for 80. Week 1, the Dolphins didn't even run the ball. So that's my only concern. I personally think Pollard probably goes under that rush attempts. So the best way to get pressure off Dak is to run the ball. They definitely probably will try to do that. So
Carly says, you'll like and subscribe to help Tyler get a new chair. I feel like my chair is just fine, everybody. I may need some WD-40.
1,000 subscribers and Tyler WD-40s his chair so it stops squeaking. I think now I'm gonna notice that squeak so much. Like I feel like I don't know if I've always heard it or like if I noticed when we play Rocket League or something, but I just kind of tone it out.
And now my new mic picks up everything.
That's probably what it is. What do you think about Brandon Cooks tonight? Like somebody asked under fantasy score.
Yeah, I'm with that. I don't think he's all that great tonight, to be honest with you. I don't think he's needed. I think Gallup has kind of looked a little bit better than he has.
He's also been banged up this year, hasn't he?
A little bit banged up. Yeah, for sure.
But like again, the only thing you're worried about is that if he plays a lot of snaps and the Cowboys have the pass, if they have the pass, he's probably going to go way over this just because like the Chargers secondary has not been good this year. So I would probably also lean under.
Yeah, so Jeffrey says, can you check the stats for Derwin James? I've already, we kind of talked about that a little earlier. Mm-hmm. I love Derwin James tonight. I wanted to play a 6.5 tackles and assists prop because I think he hits that with ease. He's highly favored over that 6.5. They bumped it as I was about to submit my slip this morning to 7, so it's still at 7. I said I'd probably still play it, but I'm not gonna play it on stream since it's more of a push prop than anything. But I do like that prop quite a bit.
He is a tackle wagon.
He is 100%. Yeah, so I still love the Derwin James play, and I don't mind playing at 7, but obviously that 6.5 would have been extremely nice.
I mean, you're getting like extremely high odds to at least push. I mean, minus 150 on BetMGM, minus 189 on Caesar. It looks like according to Props.Cash, that's extremely high odds to hit 7 tackles. If you're talking about, that's Props.Cash. That's what I think you're talking about. It just has a bunch of game logs and stuff. I mean, you can get it. It costs money. I'm not partnering with them. You can get a lot of the same stats on StatMuse, just not as clean of a look. So, what's the slip? So this is what we're going with.
Before we give out the slip, there's 96 people in here, but only 11 likes. I feel like we got to do a little bit better than that. So let's get those likes on up here. We've only had 4 people subscribe since we started live, so we're about to get this slip thrown out to you guys. Let's crank these likes on up a little bit for us. That, as we know, helps the slip a little bit out. Because last night we started hitting the likes, and I do feel like they came through for us a little bit and gave us a fighter chance until the Bills absolutely done absolutely nothing. No, YFS, I'm not buying a new chair.
If we hit 1,000 subs this stream, Tyler has to buy a new chair today.
Oh my God. I'm not buying a new chair. I'm going to get some WD-40 and I'm going to spray this thing down.
This dude. He's going to be sitting so still from now on.
Dude, I don't think you've seen me move since he's mentioned that once.
I don't think so. Somebody's asking about Dicker the kicker.
Yeah, he's not been kicking a lot the last couple weeks. I know Prizepicks game log shows him as hitting for like, yeah, they are. They didn't put the last 2 on there. But he's only tipped in like 1 field goal in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it. I don't play kickers. It's like 1.5 and it's favored under.
Oh yeah, if it's favored under, that Prizepicks is definitely trying to trick everybody because that's pretty heavy odds on the under.
Blink twice if I need help.
That's funny, dude. YFS is hilarious, man. This dude's always in here.
That's awesome.
Parsons sacks. Any thoughts on that? I'm looking it up real quick. I don't actually know. He's slightly favored to get a sack. How much does Herbert get sacked?
I don't know if YFS did it, but we gave him two nice wings.
What'd you say?
I don't know if YFS seen me or not, but I gave him two nice wings. Yeah, Almighty YRG. I do like CD. We took him with that combo drop with Keenan Allen because we think both will eat.
I love CD today. I mean, people kind of are hating on him in the community, I feel like. At least on the slip I posted earlier. I think CD has a big day. Talking about Parsons sacks, I mean, Herbert's gotten sacked 9 times this year. So, I mean, I could see him getting a sack. I'm probably going to fade it, but... Is the Josh Palmer injury going to hinder his performance? Weird to have an injury. Yeah, dude, I agree. That's what worries me because, like, he didn't have an injury designation after their last game, which I guess is, I mean, they had a bye week last week, so it would have been, I guess, 2 weeks ago now. And that injury designation didn't pop up till like the end of the week, and it's a groin injury on top of that for a wide receiver. Dude, I'm worried about it for him.
Yeah,
It's weird that I'm surprised that he's playing. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's limited a little bit.
yeah, that's exactly why one of the reasons I took Quentin Johnston because I do think Palmer's going to feel it a little bit, and even if he does play, like there's no shot he's 100%, especially when the injury just came out recently. So it's Quentin Johnston's picking up snaps, picking up a little bit of chemistry with Herbert, I believe. So I do think Johnston's the right move with that Palmer news. Yeah, YFS. I don't think we can wait for NBA much longer ourselves. We got a week and a day, and I've already started looking at the board for next Tuesday.
Me too, man. I got a free square. Steph Curry, 0.5 points.
Well, I think we all have a free square.
I'm just playing. I know we all do. That's already 1 out of our 6 picks. We got a stream on that first day, right?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt it'll be a stream on the first day.
I can't wait.
I've got 3 props I love. So
how many games are there that day?
It's only 2 is the only unfortunate part. We might just
the Mavs are playing. Are they? They won?
No, they're not. Might do a little NBA/NHL type streams just to kind of fill our props out if we don't have enough NBA.
Out of here. What the heck?
Dude, I've been rolling on hockey. Don't mind me.
I'm just playing. I've been liking me some hockey too. Dak pass attempts. Tyler took that. I think it's been bumped though.
Yeah, I loved it at 33.5. I took the over. It's at 34.5 right now. It's favored under for that one. So I'm just kind of avoiding it at that point. If it gets bumped back down, then I would just snatch the over because I just think the value is there at 33.5. That clearly is since they bumped it.
All right. Well, this will probably do it unless we get any last-second questions. We will be back Thursday to talk that Thursday night football game. Sometime probably around the same time as today, maybe. What rank are you guys in Rocket League? For Tyler, Tyler has been sabotaging me, so we're just gold, man.
Oh my God! I just started playing.
No, Tyler's brand new. He's gold. It's probably because I've been carrying him. He's like, what are you, gold 1?
Yeah, gold 2.
Gold 2. And
either way, I just started playing like a month ago or 2. Like very, very new.
Yeah, so I'm gold 3. Like I'll get promoted and then I'll come right back down to gold 3. It just varies there. So
yeah, he plays too much with me, and so I can't quite compete with the Flyers and the crazy people that play that game like a madman. So
Tyler's been getting the hang of it though. Do you guys like any first quarter? I haven't looked. I don't ever look at first quarter props. Can you check the odds for me on Dak pass attempts? Yeah, I can.
It's minus 145 under 34.5 guaranteed.
Let's
it's off the top of my head though, so.
On DraftKings, he's minus 125 under 34.5.
Oh, those odds have changed. That's actually
it's kind of
even better.
Trending more towards over a little bit. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not there
that's
yet.
Moved. Dude, that's moved because it was minus 140 earlier when I looked at 34.5. Like that's moved a lot.
I got the slip right here. I don't know if you can see it really good on the screen. I'll go ahead and read it. And then we're gonna get out of here, guys. Jake Ferguson over 3.5 receptions. Justin Herbert over 19.5 fantasy score. Austin Ekler over 32.5 receiving yards. Quentin Johnston over 31.5 receiving yards. Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then we got the combo CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen over 156 receiving yards. So, as you can see, we're playing what Vegas is telling us. There's a 51-point total. Offense is going to happen. And when that happens, it's usually because of passing. I mean, Charger stacks have been historically really good. Usually these games tend to be higher scoring, especially because the Chargers defense isn't really good. And I think the Dallas Cowboys defense is definitely something the Chargers can take advantage of. So, good luck tonight, everybody. Like our guy YFS said, let's get that 25x. Make sure you're subscribed and like before you leave. We're so close to 1,000. I'd appreciate it if you guys get us there soon. We'll be back Thursday to talk the Thursday night game. Tyler, you got anything else to say?
If we hit 1,000, maybe next stream I will have a new chair just for you, YFS. I'll even let you pick it out. So you just send me what I should get. I'll let you pick it out if it gets to 1,000.
That'd be crazy, dude. All right, guys. We will see you Thursday.